so excited.
Well, I'm equally excited.
Oh,
You
man.
look amazing.
Oh,
so
thank
terrific.
Thank
Are
you.
you
I'm
under
so delighted
constant
to be
pressure
here.
to look great now? I mean, you've got this. I mean, can
No
you throw
more
one?
so than you, Pat. No more so than you. No.
I have never seen such anticipation for a film. And you know, it's funny, it seems like a no-brainer now that this should have happened. And yet, it wasn't all that easy to get it all together.
No. I guess. I guess if it had been a no-brainer, so many of us would have picked up the phone and called. But the person with no brain picked up the phone and called. Yeah, and it's been, listen, for every fit and start and every obstacle and every seemingly impossible day, it was beyond worth it. Some challenges you relish in, and this was one of them. It's been one of the great professional experiences of my life, if not the great one. So I look at it as a privilege, and I'm incredibly proud of what we got to do.
I feel like women, sort of, in general, we waited for this movie. We waited specifically for Carrie Bradshaw to come back into our lives the way men anticipated Viagra. I mean, it was with the same sort of, we gathered, we circled.
The way you do.
No, but it's so true.
She's a
I mean, we
wordsmith, is what she is.
We waited and waited. Now, what about your divine and wonderful husband, Matthew? Was he as excited?
Was anticipatory?
Yes.
Look, I think that he has been a king. I have said he is a king. He has been an incredible parent for the past 2.5, 3 weeks while I have gallivanted about the globe in efforts to make sure that people in all far-flung places knew about this movie opening. And he has taken such good care of our son and been a working person at the same time. And so I think he is excited that this movie is opening. He knows how much it's meant to me and Michael Patrick King and the other women. And I think he's proud of our efforts and really loved the movie. But he's also excited about spending the summer with me and my son and being a family.
Yeah, sure, of course. We're going to talk about your son and your family and the movie
You don't
when we
have
come
to.
back. No, when we come back.
Tomorrow. Oh, man. You mentioned your son. How old is he now?
He's 5.5, and he is, as all 5.5-year-old boys to their mothers are, a complete and utter delight. It's ridiculous. He is, I can only imagine how many people in the audience are parents, and I hear having a daughter is equally wonderful. But I only have a son, and it's, I don't have to tell you.
Well, he was a baby when the show went off the air.
Yeah, he
so
was
now
he was a real
does he
infant.
understand what's going on here? I mean, it's pretty intense stuff these days.
He understands, I think probably like, you know, many people's children who are somewhat public, that we have unusual work that calls attention to ourselves in different ways than maybe other parents at school. But there was a great period of time where he thought, if he saw a picture of me on a bus, he thought, oh, well, Ruby's mama will be on the next bus, you know, and then, you know, Zachary's mother should be following any minute now. And I thought that was best that he just assumed that for a while.
That is, I think that's,
Because it is possible.
well, that's very normal.
Yeah.
So you had an interesting challenge because, I mean, 4 years have passed in real life, but 4 years have passed for your character,
For the characters
too.
as well.
So you kind of had to catch up, I guess.
Yeah, well, luckily that great burden was left on the mighty and perfectly equipped shoulders of Michael Patrick King.
He's
who,
really smart.
No, he's smart, and he's connected in ways that are so surprising to these characters, and he's so uniquely qualified to tell the story. It's very unusual that a man could be so gifted at writing real melancholy and real triumph and real disappointment and great loss and great recovery, and he's just so. And yes, they changed and a lot happened, but he was so ready to tell that story.
He speaks for so many women. I
I
mean, he
know.
really represents a generation of women and in a variety of ages and a
Yes.
variety of stages of their lives.
Yeah, and a variety of archetypes, and I think he's just the lucky beneficiary of a lot of sisters and a brilliantly funny, mother who herself is a great storyteller, not professionally, but she is one of those wonderful, you know, Irish-American women that it comes from a long line of storytellers.
I respect any man who understands women because I don't have a clue.
Oh, come on.
That's not true.
We have a clip actually from the film. This is your boyfriend,
all right.
Mr. Big, Chris Noth, of course.
It's so funny to hear him called a boyfriend. It's just funny.
Boyfriend,
Well, he has a little
He has a
surprise. He
boyfriend.
has a little surprise for Sarah in this
Yes,
scene.
he does.
Take a look. It's going to be like Sex and the City. The movie starts tomorrow in theaters.
Theaters everywhere. Go and see
People
it.
go see it.
Thank you so much. Spring Gardening. Take Katie Brown when we return.